I mean, can you say that you are not concerned at all, having
Ooh.
watched the president's performance tonight?
Go ahead
It
and
was
lie.
a slow start. That's obvious to everyone. I'm not going to debate that point.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. So before we get started, I just want to go ahead and leave this disclaimer. Guys, look, we do not care if you're left, right, Republican, Democrat, or somewhere in the middle. We started this channel in order for us to have open discourse and respectful conversations with each other. So even if you don't agree with our viewpoint or our perspective, feel free to leave your opinion down below in the comment section as long as it's respectful, and we'll try to do the same. Now, I know, Tasha, you said that you had kind of went off in the comment section.
I didn't go off, but someone was being disrespectful, and I just simply called them an idiot. And, I won't do that.
Okay. All right.
It's just like with these topics,
Right.
People get
It makes you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, it does. And they made an assumption about us that was wrong
Okay.
and disrespectful, and I thought they were an idiot, and so I told them so.
Okay.
But I won't do it anymore.
All right. All right. So today we're going to be talking about Kamala Harris because she is the vice president, and we had already discussed the debate and the aftermath of it and what Joe Biden could possibly be doing going forward. But I think a lot of people want to know what are her thoughts, because we really haven't heard anything from her. And as we said in our previous conversation, if anything happens to Joe Biden, she's next in line.
I mean, if you vote for Joe Biden, you're essentially voting for Kamala Harris.
Right, exactly.
Because we don't know how long he's going to make it. I'm not wishing anything on him, but from what I see, he's incoherent.
Yeah.
And his cognitive, I'm scared for him.
Okay.
And I'm scared for the country.
Okay.
So I need more information. This is like a crucial time for the American people because a lot is going on. A lot of people are struggling, and I feel like as an American citizen, I don't know Kamala Harris. Like, she's been super quiet this entire
time. All right, so I guess we're gonna watch a video on her giving her thoughts about the debate, and maybe she might give some information as far as what she may have said if it was her in that situation. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. Guys, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's go.
The first debate of the 2024 presidential campaign is now history. The fallout from it is just getting started. Joining us now is Vice President Kamala Harris. Madam Vice President, thanks for being with us. CNN's John King has described a panic inside the Democratic Party right now because of President Biden's performance in tonight's debate. He's been hearing from Democratic lawmakers and others around the country. Some within your own party are wondering if President Biden should even step aside. What do you say to that?
Listen, first of all, what we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow start.
All right, and wait. I'm sorry to pause it so early into the video, but what do you sense in her tone?
denial.
Okay. She sounds nervous.
You think she sounds nervous?
She sounds very nervous.
I guess she's probably just as. She shouldn't be surprised. She knows.
She's been working around him.
Yeah.
This
and
is like
maybe whatever they gave him to liven him up didn't work.
Oh no, it definitely worked. I think he may be far worse. Yeah, he may be far worse.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
go back a little bit because I want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to break it apart.
No, we're not.
Thanks for being with us. CNN's John King has described a panic inside the Democratic Party right now because of President Biden's performance in tonight's debate. He's been hearing from Democratic lawmakers and others around the country. Some within your own party are wondering if President Biden should even step aside. What do you say to that?
Listen, first of all, what we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow start, but it was a strong finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people on substance, on policy, on performance. Joe
But on-
Biden is extraordinarily strong. And
But I'm sorry,
that
on
cannot
substance
be
and
debated.
policy and performance tonight, I mean, the president's performance tonight clearly was disappointing for his supporters. CNN is reporting Democratic lawmakers watching the debate were worried about the president's performance. One said it was a disaster. Another called it a train wreck. Those are Democrats,
Right.
especially worried that Biden did not punch back on Trump's lies.
Listen, people can debate on style points, but ultimately this election and who is the president of the United States has to be about substance. And the contrast is clear. Look at what happened during the course of the debate. Donald Trump lied over and over and over again, as he is wont to do. He would not disavow what happened on January 6th. He would not give a clear answer on whether he would stand by.
So she's not answering the question. She's deflecting back to Donald Trump.
Right.
And that's problematic because in the last video, I think they said
Deny there was
they-
an issue and that
who-
everything
what
was
group
fine,
was that?
ignored.
The
DNC.
The DNC, they were like, just didn't.
Say everything is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't
can't turn-
fathom
yeah.
that they would actually say that.
Right, yeah. This is what makes it so problematic. So let's continue to watch this, but then see what questions she does answer.
This can't be real life.
No, let's just watch. Let's just watch.
The election results this November. He went back and forth about where he stands on one of the most critical
Look at Anderson
issues of
Cooper's
freedom
face.
in America,
He's confused.
which is
Yeah, he's like,
the right
what
of
the
a
fuck?
woman to make decisions about their own body. He has been completely ambiguous and all over the place about where he stands on that issue, despite the fact that he hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and that's exactly what they did. And just 3 years ago, we commemorated the 2-year anniversary of Dobbs, wherein women across our country have been denied emergency health care,
All
have
that may be
suffered
true. All
miscarriages
that
to
may
the
be
point that
true. But the president of the
these
United
facts are
States
very
was not
important.
able to make that case to Donald Trump on the
Right.
stage tonight. I mean, you debated against then Vice President Vice President Biden 4 years ago, and he was a very different person on the stage 4 years ago when you debated him. You must, I mean, that's certainly true, is it not?
Anderson, the point has to be
Sorry.
performance in terms of what a president does. A
Right,
president who
but that is
incites
what's
an
scary for
insurrection
people
against the
watching this.
Capitol. No, but I got the point that you're making about a 1.5-hour debate tonight. I'm talking
she getting
about
defensive.
3.5.
She's getting very defensive. But I got to give Anderson Cooper props because
Yeah.
he's staying focused.
Yeah.
Typically, another interviewer may have like switched gears a little bit, but he completely ignored everything that she was saying and was like, "Hey,
Because she's not answering the question.
yeah, but we're talking about this." He's trying to reel her
He's
back
trying.
in.
Yeah, he's trying to make her
Right.
stay focused,
And
but
she
she's
is-
deflecting.
Yeah.
What's
An
scary for
insurrection
people
against the
watching this?
Capitol. No,
And she's
but
like,
I got the point that you're making about a 1.5-hour debate tonight. I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic.
But is
whether
that
it be
the man
infrastructure,
who we
the
saw
former
on the
guy,
stage
the other
tonight?
guy,
Is that the
the other
person
guy
you
on
see
the
in
debate
meetings every day?
stage? The person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today, performed in a way that has been about, whether it be in the Oval Office, negotiating bipartisan deals so that we have an infrastructure, a real infrastructure plan where we're putting trillions of dollars on the streets of America to upgrade our infrastructure. Whether it be the person I see in the Oval Office who is meeting with heads of the military and the intelligence community and in the Situation Room, ensuring the safety of America. The person I see in Joe Biden on the world stage, convening world leaders who often ask for his advice, most recently just during the G7 conference. So I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
But this was a debate that your campaign wanted. You pushed for this debate at this moment. Obviously, I mean, you can't honestly say I mean, can you say that you are not concerned at all, having watched the president's performance tonight?
Go ahead
It
and
was
lie.
a slow start. That's obvious to everyone. I'm not going to debate that point.
Jesus.
So the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And I guess if she comes out and says, if she
Yeah.
comes out and call a spade,
Right, yeah.
like
Yeah.
everything's over.
Yeah.
So she can't do
Yeah.
that. She
Yeah.
has to deny.
Deny. Because the other thing is that we already said this before, she's next in line. Why would she not deny?
Right, because
She want to be president.
right.
It makes sense.
She
Yeah.
needs a better performance.
Right, exactly.
though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your bluff face is
right.
Your poker face is horrible.
She's like, I want this. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with him. He had a slow start. It's fine. Because once he gets elected, it's going to be like, oh, guys, I can't do this anymore. I'm stepping down.
Like, yes, I'm the president.
Yeah, I'm the presidente.
President.
About the choice in November. I'm talking about one of the most important elections
You
in
know
our
what you're talking
collective
about?
lifetime. And do we want to look at what November will bring and go on a course for America that is about a destruction of democracy, electing a man who has said he'll be a dictator on day one? Or do we want to continue on a course that's about strengthening America's economy, building and creating 15 million American jobs, over 800,000 manufacturing jobs? I got that this is the
Those black
afterplay for the
jobs.
debate, this conversation that I'm in, and I understand why everyone wants to talk about it, but I think it's also important to recognize that the choice in November between these two people that were on the debate stage involves extraordinary stakes. And there's one person on that stage who has the endorsement of their vice president, and that's Joe Biden. Mike Pence is nowhere to be found in supporting
person on
Donald
that
Trump,
stage-
and that's why he has to look for someone else to run with him, who, as we know, will embolden and rubber stamp whatever he wants, because they're going to have to make a choice to not be Mike Pence and to put Donald Trump over their country.
Neither person on that
Damn.
stage tonight made the argument as coherently as you just did.
Oh.
You mentioned
Oh.
reproductive rights. I'd like to just play that exchange that we saw tonight.
Oh.
You about to get her.
Now, you know what? That's right.
Anderson is like, "Fada!"
The Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the state. You can do whatever you want. We don't think that's a good thing. We think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the
For
Republicans.
51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? What's he going to do, in fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion, period, across the board at 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something very, very conservative. Is he going to sign that bill? I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
To someone who watched this debate tonight and has serious concerns about the President of the United States, what do you say to them about what they just saw?
They saw they witnessed the fact that if Donald Trump were elected to be president of the United States this November, he will sign a national abortion ban. Take him at his word. He said he would when he was president before. He said if it came to his desk, he'd sign it. There's no reason to believe anything would change. A national abortion ban means that folks in New York, California, Maryland, all these other states that have protected the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do will be at risk. That's what you should take away from that discussion.
And just
Joe
finally, I know
Biden was
we have-
very clear.
I know we have to go.
He signed
And-
back into law the protections of Roe v. Wade.
The person we
These are
saw
big
tonight, the
issues,
president we saw
substantive
tonight on that
issues.
stage, is that how he is every day?
Oh.
The Joe Biden that I work with every day is someone who, as I have said, has
Anderson,
performed in a way that
Anderson's
has
a
been
dog.
about
He a
bringing
dog
people
for
into
that.
the Oval Office, Republicans and Democrats, to compromise in a way that is extraordinary these days because it just doesn't happen, but Joe Biden can make it happen. The Joe Biden I see is someone who goes to our allies around the world
the
and
answer is
strengthens
yes.
NATO to the point that there are 2 new members of NATO who just about 4 years ago, people said, is NATO even have a reason for existing? The Joe Biden I know is someone who has delivered 800,000 new manufacturing jobs and bringing manufacturing back to the United States, not shipping jobs out like Donald Trump did. So that's the Joe Biden I know.
Oh.
Vice President Kamala Harris, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Ooh.
Wow. All right. So what did you think about this?
This made her out to be kind of like a liar,
Okay.
because she's not answering the question. And I understand if she is honest, what repercussions that would have.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, do you care about the American people? Because even Democrats who put Joe Biden in office are worried.
Yeah, right.
That is honest.
Right.
And so maybe she could have said he had an off day.
Yeah.
That would have been more,
Real.
I guess, reasonable for her to say.
Absolutely.
But she just deflected. She danced
Yeah.
around the question.
But it goes back to what we were hearing in that previous video, where they were saying the DNC was just saying ignore everything. And that's what she did. She completely deflected the question. She related back to Donald Trump, or she went off of Joe Biden's previous track record, which is valid. Those are valid accomplishments that he's done while he was president.
Right.
Kudos. That's great. But we're not talking about that.
Right.
We're talking about like right now.
Yeah.
Because although he's made those accomplishments or those strides in the past, the state that he's in right now,
It's not the same person.
does that mean that he's going to be able to do it again, or what? And as I said, I got to give props to Anderson Cooper, because he kind of stayed on her throughout the interview, but he really got on her at the end when he was like, yo, is he like that every day?
Yeah. And I guess she's not a good liar. She's not.
Right.
And answering the question is the way she was, without saying yes or no,
Yeah, right.
is kind of being dishonest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all politicians, though. They always,
Yeah,
deflect. And,
Okay.
you know.
Nobody can say yes or no.
Nah, you can't.
But I mean, if she wanted to lie, just be like, no. You know, like, no, that is not
Right.
how he is every day. He
Yeah.
had an off day.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
I
the
talked to him.
person you seen
Right. Is not him.
is not him.
Right.
You know, and I'm not sure why he had an off day, but everybody has an off day.
Right.
You know, realize that he's still the president of the United States. He deals with a lot, and yeah.
Wow. You could be vice president, or maybe even president.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pretty good, babe. All right, well, guys, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let us know what you thought about this. Did Kamala Harris do a good performance, and was Anderson Cooper on her ass?
Keyword performance.
Yeah, and let us know in the comment section if you think Tasha should run for president. Anyway, as always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. Peace!